Welcome back to Science in Sleeping. I'm so glad you're here tonight, and I want you to take a slow, easy breath just in and out, wherever you are, whether you're winding down after a long day or simply craving a quiet moment for yourself. I want you to know this space is made just for you tonight. We're going to drift far beyond our usual boundaries, beyond the noise of the day, beyond the hum of thoughts that try to follow us into the night. We're drifting into the science of sleeping galaxies and exploring how your dreams, in their quiet, mysterious ways, might just reflect the vast universe within you. This isn't something you need to study or even stay awake for. You don't have to remember a single word. You're not here to achieve or to perform. You're simply here to rest, to listen, and to let the rhythm of the story and the softness of the sound carry you gently toward sleep. Because tonight, we're not just talking about galaxies out there. We're discovering the galaxies that live inside you. The cosmic patterns that mirror your thoughts, your memories, your breath. Maybe you've heard the phrase, as above, so below. It's an ancient idea that what happens in the heavens reflects what happens in the heart, and what moves within you mirrors what moves among the stars. Tonight, we'll explore that connection through science, through imagination, and through the peaceful language of sleep. As we begin, you might take a moment to notice your body, how it feels resting against the surface beneath you, the gentle weight of your blanket, the soft rise and fall of your chest, the subtle rhythm of your pulse. You can let your jaw relax, your shoulders drop, your breath slow down. There's no rush. You have nowhere else to be and nothing else to do. Your only task is to simply be here. So, as you listen, you can let your eyelids grow heavier. You can allow your mind to drift. You can listen actively for a while. Or you can float away at any moment, because this story is designed to hold you even as you drift into dreams. Tonight's journey will take us through the quiet architecture of galaxies, the dance of starlight and time, the strange way that matter organizes itself into beauty. And we'll look at how deep inside the sleeping human mind, similar patterns unfold, neurons lighting up like constellations, memories forming like nebulas, and thoughts spiraling like galaxies themselves. You'll hear about the birth of stars, and how the same physics that created them also shapes the rhythm of your heartbeat. You'll learn how sleep itself is a cosmic rhythm, one that connects biology, astronomy, and consciousness. And by the time your mind begins to wander, you might just find yourself adrift among the stars, half dreaming, half learning, completely at peace. So if you haven't already, make yourself comfortable, adjust your pillow, pull the blanket a little closer, and let the day dissolve behind you. If you like, you can close your eyes now and imagine you're floating in space, in that vast, dark silence where the stars seem to hum softly and every spark of light feels alive. You can imagine yourself drifting gently, weightless, safe, and endless, just like the galaxies we'll visit tonight. Now, settle in, let the sound of my voice guide you, and the soft currents of sleep begin to rise, because the story of the universe and the story of your dreams are really one and the same. Let's begin. Have you ever wondered if the universe breathes, not with lungs or air, but in a quiet, invisible rhythm? a pulse so vast that even time seems to move to its gentle rise and fall. It's a strange idea, isn't it, that something so unimaginably huge could have a pattern, a kind of inhale and exhale that echoes across billions of light years. And yet, if you've ever laid awake at night, feeling your chest rise and fall in the dark, you might have felt, somewhere deep inside, that the universe moves with you. Picture yourself lying beneath a night sky, far from city lights, the air cool, the world around you completely still. Above you, the sky stretches out in every direction, so wide that it feels almost alive. Stars shimmer faintly, scattered like grains of salt across an endless black ocean. You take a breath, slow and deep, and for a moment, it feels as if the stars are breathing too, as if the whole cosmos expands with you, then relaxes as you exhale. This rhythm, this quiet expansion and release, is not just poetic imagination. It's also one of the most astonishing truths in all of science. The universe really is expanding, every galaxy drifting gently away from every other, as if the fabric of space itself were stretching, like a slow-motion breath that has lasted for nearly 14 billion years. When the universe was young, so young that it was smaller than a pinhead, it was filled with an incredible concentration of energy, a kind of blinding, humming light. Then, in an instant we now call the Big Bang, that light began to expand outward, not like an explosion from a point in space, but like space itself unfolding. And since that moment, the universe has been breathing out, stretching wider, cooling and slowing its pulse. Did you know that this expansion never stops? Even as you listen now, galaxies are moving apart, the space between them growing by tiny fractions of a fraction every second. And yet, on the human scale, we never feel it, because everything that binds us, gravity, atoms, warmth, touch, is so much stronger than that vast, slow drift. Astronomers discovered this expansion almost 100 years ago, when a man named Edwin Hubble noticed that galaxies had a faint red tint to their light, a sign that they were moving away. The faster they moved, the redder their light became, like a cosmic sigh stretching through space. It was as if the universe itself was exhaling, and we had finally learned how to listen. If you've ever watched your breath on a cold morning, the way the mist expands and fades, you've seen a tiny reflection of this same cosmic rhythm. Your breath, your pulse, your heartbeat, all follow the same ancient geometry: expansion, contraction, stillness, renewal. It's the pattern of the tides, the rhythm of galaxies, and the quiet pulse of life. Inside your mind, even in sleep, there's a similar expansion. Your neurons fire in waves, rippling outward like ripples on a cosmic pond. Thoughts expanding into dreams, dreams dissolving into silence. This, too, is a kind of universal breath. The mind mirroring the cosmos reflecting the mind. Scientists sometimes describe the universe as flat, meaning that, on the largest scales, it stretches evenly in all directions. But the word flat doesn't capture its beauty. It's not flat like a page, it's flat like the surface of calm water, spreading smoothly, endlessly. And just as your mind finds stillness when your breath slows, the universe, too, seems to drift toward a deeper calm. Every billion years, the galaxies drift farther apart, the starlight dims, the cosmic background hum fades slightly, like the deep exhale of an ancient sleeper. There's a strange peace in knowing that everything expands, that even the smallest atom participates in this great unfolding, that nothing is ever truly still, even when it feels that way, because stillness, true stillness, is not the absence of motion, it's motion in balance, breath in harmony with itself. You can imagine it now, your body breathing, the earth turning, the Milky Way drifting through its slow orbit, each motion layered upon another, each part of a greater rhythm that's been unfolding for eons. When you close your eyes and let yourself drift, you are not escaping the world, you are returning to its deepest rhythm. Maybe this is why deep sleep feels so sacred, because when you fall asleep, your brainwaves slow down, your breath deepens, your heart eases into a gentler pace, and in that rhythm, you align perfectly with the universe's own expansion, the outward breath of creation and the inward breath of rest. The physicist Brian Swim once wrote that the universe is not a place, it's a story, and each of us is a sentence in that story. Every breath you take adds to the cosmic narrative. Every dream you dream folds back into the silence between stars. So as you drift tonight, remember that you are made of the same light that fills the galaxies. Your body built from stardust, your heartbeat timed to the turning of worlds, and your sleep a gentle continuation of the universe's long, slow sigh. So take one more deep breath. Feel it fill your lungs, feel it drift out softly, and know that somewhere, far beyond what you can see, a galaxy is doing the same, expanding, glowing, alive in the same quiet rhythm, and as the universe breathes, so do you. As your body grows heavy and your thoughts begin to drift apart like distant stars, you can rest in the comfort of this truth that every expansion, every drift is part of something vast, gentle and kind. The universe will keep breathing long after tonight, and you will keep dreaming long after these words fade, and maybe when you wake, you'll carry with you a whisper of that rhythm, a quiet knowing that even in stillness, you are moving with the stars. Now, as your breathing slows, let this sense of vastness cradle you. Let the edges of thought blur and soften. Let the sound of the universe fade into a lullaby of silence, because next, we'll journey deeper from the breathing of galaxies to the dreams of starlight itself, how stars are born, how they shine, and how, in their quiet way, they teach us what it means to live and to rest. Have you ever wondered how a star is born? How something that burns with such power, such brightness, could emerge from silence and shadow? In the vast darkness of the cosmos, before there were stars, there was only a quiet mist of invisible gas, a soft, endless night waiting to awaken, and somewhere in that stillness, something began to stir. You can imagine it, floating there in the middle of deep space, no sound, no edges, only the faint shimmer of invisible particles drifting slowly through the void. For millions of years, nothing happened. And then, almost imperceptibly, something began to gather. A subtle pull, like the inhale of the universe drawing matter toward itself. Hydrogen atoms, the simplest, lightest building blocks of everything, began to meet. And each meeting created a little more gravity, a little more warmth, a little more weight. It's strange to think that this was how the first stars came into being, not with fire, but with stillness, gravity, gentle and patient. pulled the cold clouds of gas together, closer and closer, until their hearts grew dense enough to ignite. And when that happened, the universe saw its first light, a single spark in an ocean of darkness, the first dawn, though there was no one yet to see it. If you could stand there, if standing in space were possible, you would see a glowing sphere forming slowly, like a dream coalescing in the mind of the cosmos. The cloud collapses, its center glowing white-hot, and suddenly hydrogen fuses into helium, light bursts forth, and a star is born. Not just a flame, but a heartbeat, a cosmic mind awakening. Did you know that every single atom in your body, the calcium in your bones, the iron in your blood, the oxygen you breathe, was once part of a star like this? You are, quite literally, the memory of a star, a collection of recycled stardust that learned how to dream. When stars are young, they burn fiercely, their light racing outward through the void, lighting up surrounding dust and gas and shaping entire galaxies. They are like children, brilliant, restless, full of energy, their radiation fierce and unstoppable. But just like us, stars grow older, and in their aging, something extraordinary happens. They learn how to rest. A star spends most of its life in balance, the push of fusion at its core perfectly matched by the pull of gravity around it. A delicate harmony between expansion and collapse. It's almost like breathing again, isn't it? Light pushing outward, gravity drawing inward. The same universal rhythm we felt before. But eventually, the fuel begins to run low. The breath slows, and the star begins to fade. In its final stages, it swells into a red giant, a glowing ember of its former brilliance. And then, one of two things happens. Some stars, like our own sun, will one day shed their outer layers gently, drifting into space like a sigh, leaving behind a faint, glowing shell called a nebula. At the center of that nebula lies the core, a white dwarf, small, dense, and unimaginably quiet. A star that has fallen asleep. Other stars, those that were larger, heavier, and more tempestuous, end their lives with drama. They collapse inward in an instant, and then rebound in a blinding flash. A supernova, the universe's loudest lullaby. A single event, so powerful that it can outshine entire galaxies for a brief time, and in that brief moment of cosmic death, the elements for new stars, new planets, new life are born. So even in their dying, stars give birth. They are the universe's eternal teachers of renewal. And perhaps that's what dreaming really is. A kind of renewal, the mind's quiet supernova, where thoughts collapse and are reborn as new stories, new memories, new meanings. There's a beautiful symmetry in this. The way the universe repeats itself in patterns large and small, the birth and death of stars, the rise and fall of breath, the sleep and waking of consciousness. It's all the same story, told at different scales every night. As you drift into sleep, your waking thoughts fade, the gravity of the day pulling them down, and then something extraordinary happens. Your mind, like a dying star, bursts softly into dreams, each dream creating tiny new worlds inside you, forging new connections, lighting up the darkness inside your brain. Billions of neurons fire in patterns that look eerily like the constellations above, tiny sparks of electricity weaving together to form meaning, emotion, memory, When scientists look at brain scans during dreaming, they see something remarkable: light, patterns, color, movement. The same kind of beauty you see when you look at a galaxy through a telescope. The sleeping mind, it turns out, is a miniature universe. Each dream, a star forming in the nebula of thought. Perhaps that's why dreams feel so vast, why they sometimes feel endless, because, in a way, they are. Your consciousness drifts through its own starfields, its own light and shadow, each image forming and dissolving like cosmic clouds, and just like a galaxy. Your inner universe expands silently while you sleep, rewiring itself, healing itself, creating order from chaos. And here's something you might find comforting. When you dream, your brain enters a state called REM sleep, where your body is deeply still, but your mind is wide awake. It's a paradox: motion within stillness, life within rest, light within darkness, just like a star, even when it appears to sleep. A star's light continues traveling through space for thousands, sometimes millions of years. So when you look at the stars tonight, you're actually seeing ancient dreams, echoes of light that left their source long ago, but are only reaching you now. The night sky, then, is a dream of the universe, a memory of what once was and what will be again, and you, lying here listening, are part of that dream, part of that same story written in light. Your own sleeping mind carries fragments of ancient stars, not just metaphorically, but truly. The atoms of your being were once part of their shining cores. So when you close your eyes and feel that soft pull into sleep, remember, you are not falling into nothingness. You are returning home, home to the universe that created you, home to the starlight that still burns inside you. Your thoughts, the nebulae; your memories, the constellations; your dreams, the new stars forming in silence. It's no wonder ancient people looked up at the sky and told stories. They sensed this connection long before we had telescopes. They saw the same rhythm, the same birth and death, the same cycles mirrored in their lives. They believed that stars were souls, that when we sleep, we visit them, and when we dream, they whisper back. Perhaps they were right. Perhaps dreaming is the way the cosmos remembers itself through us. So, as you breathe a little slower and your body sinks deeper into the bed beneath you, imagine that you are floating again, weightless among the stars. The light from millions of suns drifting past, soft, golden, silent. Some are being born, some are fading, some are sleeping, and all of them, in their own quiet way, are dreaming. And as you drift further, your thoughts dimming like distant suns, you begin to feel that same peaceful balance between gravity and light, between waking and sleep, between what is known and what can only be felt. This is the place between moments, the gentle pause in the breath of the universe. And it's here, in this stillness, that the next story begins, because beyond the stars, beyond their light and their sleep, there lies something even greater, the mysterious thread that binds everything together, a silent field that hums through the emptiness, connecting galaxies, atoms, dreams, and you will drift there next, into that invisible ocean, and explore how everything, every thought, every heartbeat, every star is woven together by the quiet fabric of space-time itself. But for now, let the stars fade behind your eyelids. Let the last light of your thoughts dissolve. and rest in the peace of knowing that the universe, even in its vastness, is never alone. And neither are you. Have you ever wondered how the invisible threads of the universe connect everything? How galaxies, stars, planets, and even your own mind are not separate entities, but part of a grand, unseen web, a cosmic tapestry woven by a force so quiet, so subtle, that it is nearly impossible to notice. And yet, without it, nothing would exist. Imagine a web spun of light and shadow, stretching across billions of light years, connecting distant stars like pearls on a thread. And know that you, too, are part of this web. Each heartbeat, each breath, each thought linked to its rhythm. Picture yourself lying beneath a sky so dark and so still that the faint glow of distant stars seems close enough to touch. Your eyes trace constellations, but what you cannot see is the invisible framework holding them all together. Gravity, the silent artist of the universe, pulling, shaping, guiding, linking worlds, and orchestrating the dance of light and matter. You are floating in a gentle cosmic current, and every gentle sway, every inhalation and exhalation, echoes the same rhythm that binds the heavens. Gravity is more than a force. It is a language, a whisper that tells matter how to move, how to bend, how to fold. Did you know that even light, which seems untouchable and free, bends around gravity? A star far away might appear shifted, not because it moved, but because the invisible hands of gravity shaped the path of its light. Just as our thoughts are guided by invisible threads of memory, emotion, and subconscious connection, so to do stars, planets, and galaxies follow the hidden lines of this cosmic net. Imagine a black hole, not as a terrifying void, but as a loom, weaving threads of space and time with infinite patience, drawing matter into patterns that stretch and curve, folding the fabric of the universe like silk. And even light cannot escape its pull entirely. Yet, in its vicinity, creation still dances. Matter swirls, sparks ignite, and stars are sometimes born from the remnants of its gravitational embrace. Even destruction in the universe is graceful, woven into the larger pattern, a reminder that endings are never final, only transformations within the web. If you focus on your own breathing, you can imagine it mirroring this invisible dance, inhalation pulling inwards, exhalation releasing every nerve, every cell, every thought caught in gentle currents. Your consciousness, in its dreaming state, follows these quiet gravitational tides, forming ephemeral constellations of memory, desire, and imagination. Did you know that scientists studying dark matter, the mysterious, unseen substance that makes up most of the universe, believe it forms an enormous web that shapes galaxies? Like an invisible hand sculpting clay, every star you see, every galaxy, exists because of these hidden strands. And yet we cannot touch them, cannot see them, only sense them through the beauty they create. Your own mind works in a similar way. Dreams are born along these invisible threads. Events and emotions linked together in ways you may never fully understand. Yet if you drift deeply into sleep, patterns emerge. Dreams begin to illuminate connections. Thoughts align like planets in orbit. Memories coalesce like stars in a forming nebula. It's as if gravity itself exists within your consciousness, pulling together fragments of experience into something meaningful, something gentle, something luminous. Picture yourself now drifting between worlds, floating through a galaxy of thought and starlight. The invisible threads beneath your fingers, each pull a note in the cosmic lullaby. Each star you pass radiates warmth, not just heat, but history. Billions of years of motion, billions of moments compressed into a glow, and you move with it, weightless, absorbing the rhythm of creation. Each heartbeat a miniature echo of the universe's silent song. And yet, the web is not only about connection. It is also about tension, the gravitational pull that keeps worlds from drifting apart, the force that bends, twists, and curves the paths of stars. You can imagine that tension in your own body as well, muscles stretching as you lie still, thoughts bending around worries and slowly releasing them. Your mind learns to navigate tension with grace, just as gravity teaches matter to move in harmony, without chaos, without fear, without resistance. Did you know that galaxies themselves are shaped by this web? Some are spirals, their arms stretching gracefully, curving around invisible hubs of mass. Others are elliptical, dense, slow, almost meditative in their elegance. And the shapes of these galaxies mirror the patterns in your mind during deep sleep. Some nights, your dreams spiral outward, expanding in all directions. Other nights, they fold inward, dense with reflection and emotion, always moving along the invisible threads that bind the universe. Now, imagine for a moment that each thought you release into sleep is like a particle drifting along this cosmic web, carried by the gentle tides of gravity, merging with other dreams, forming new constellations in your mind. A dream about a lost memory may swirl and collide with a dream about hope, creating a new story, a new light, just as stars form from colliding clouds of gas and dust. And even in chaos, order emerges, soft, subtle, profound. And here is the wonder. This web is eternal, unbroken, stretching from the first heartbeat of the universe to the last star yet to shine. Gravity connects everything, from the tiniest quark in your body to the largest supercluster of galaxies. Everything moves together in silent symphony, a cosmic meditation unfolding across time, and you, lying here, listening, are part of that meditation, part of that symphony, woven invisibly into the threads that stretch between worlds. As your breathing slows even further, your chest rising and falling gently, imagine a stream of light passing through your consciousness, each pulse of it guided by the invisible threads of gravity, a subtle, reassuring force. Every worry, every tension, every thought that raced through your day is now floating along those threads, softening, dispersing, becoming part of the gentle architecture of rest. The universe does not hurry, and neither do you. There is only this moment, only the quiet web beneath you, supporting you, holding you, carrying you into deeper calm. Somewhere in the distance, a galaxy slowly spins, its arms tracing invisible circles in space, billions of stars moving in delicate orbits. And if you listen closely, you can imagine their motion as a lullaby, soft, rhythmic, eternal, teaching you how to surrender to rest, how to move along the threads instead of resisting them, how to dream with gravity itself, not against it, not outside it, but within its gentle, patient embrace. And so, As the universe whispers to you tonight, you drift further into sleep, your mind tracing the threads of your own inner web, your thoughts forming constellations, your body aligned with the rhythms of stars and planets, and with every breath, every heartbeat, you feel the quiet harmony of the cosmos flowing through you, teaching you that connection, even unseen, is enough, teaching you that rest is not weakness, but a necessary dance within the threads of life. Soon, you will move even deeper from the web that holds stars to the field that binds light itself, where the fabric of space-time hums with possibility. And we will explore how everything, every thought, every star, every dream resonates together in the infinite, silent music of the universe. But for now, let yourself rest. Let the threads hold you. Let gravity guide you. A time to shine, a time to rest, a time to drift silently through the dark, and a time to awaken again. Did you know that scientists have observed neutron stars spinning with such precision that their pulses are like the ticking of a perfect clock? Even in their immense energy, there is rhythm, there is structure, there is order in the apparent chaos. And perhaps, when you sleep, you are like a pulsar in miniature, a steady rhythm emerging from countless smaller movements, your body, your mind, your dreams aligned in subtle synchronization with the flow of time, and maybe with the universe itself. Imagine, for a moment, that you are gliding past one of these pulsars, its light brushing against you gently, a soft tap of cosmic fingers, and you can feel it, even if only subtly, deep in the marrow of your bones, deep in the slowing of your breath, deep in the quiet of your thoughts. It is a lullaby older than memory, carried across billions of years, and arriving now to cradle you into sleep. And as the pulse carries you further, you notice the stars around you beginning to move in gentle waves, not chaotic, but flowing in patterns that seem intentional, guiding you through the darkness, showing you the hidden connections between light, matter, and time. It is a cosmic choreography, a silent music, and you are moving in harmony with it, weightless, unhurried, suspended in the perfect rhythm of all that is. Soon, you may feel the edges of your consciousness softening completely, the last threads of thought unraveling into dream, and in that moment, you are floating, part of the universe's pulse, its infinite, patient breath. Every inhalation of yours, every exhalation, blending with the invisible rhythm of stars, galaxies, and dark matter. And there is comfort in knowing that the same forces shaping the heavens also shape your mind. That time itself is a gentle companion, and sleep a natural alignment with the cosmos. So let your body sink deeper, let your mind dissolve, and imagine yourself drifting along the unseen currents of space-time, safe, held, connected, and ready to explore the next layer of the universe's quiet magic, where space, light, and consciousness meet, and where the mysteries of creation continue to whisper their secrets into the dreamscape. Because next, we will travel from this flowing pulse of time to the hidden heartbeat of the universe, the unseen energy that weaves galaxies together and even guides your dreams as you sleep. But for now, let the cosmic rhythm carry you. Let the gentle pulse cradle your mind and drift even deeper into the comforting darkness of rest. Have you ever wondered what hides in the spaces between stars? What silent presence shapes the universe, yet remains invisible to our eyes? in the vast expanses where light barely reaches, and galaxies drift slowly like ships on an endless sea, there exists something extraordinary, something almost magical, a substance that refuses to shine, refuses to reveal itself, and yet quietly dictates the motion of everything we can see. This is dark matter, the silent architect of the cosmos, and perhaps, if you listen closely in your dreams, you can sense its quiet heartbeat. Picture yourself floating beyond the familiar stars in a region of space so dark, so still, that your own body feels weightless in a way you've never known. All around you, galaxies swirl gently, their spirals tracing paths guided by invisible hands. You cannot see these hands, but you can feel their presence. The pull that keeps everything in balance. The rhythm that whispers to planets, stars, and even to the particles within you. Dark matter is everywhere and nowhere, a gentle web woven through space-time, holding secrets older than memory. Scientists believe that dark matter makes up about 85% of all matter in the universe. Yet it interacts only through gravity, not with light. It is the silent conductor of the cosmic orchestra, shaping galaxies, guiding their spin, even influencing the formation of stars. Without ever revealing its form, imagine, for a moment, that your own dreams work the same way. Hidden forces guiding thoughts, shaping emotions, weaving the patterns of memory, all silently while you sleep. Never fully conscious, never fully graspable, yet undeniably real. As you drift deeper, let your mind picture a luminous veil stretching across the universe. Not bright, not glaring, but soft, subtle, like moonlight filtering through a thin mist. Through this veil flows dark matter, its invisible strands tugging galaxies gently, ensuring that spirals rotate, that clusters hold together, that the dance of creation continues uninterrupted. And if your imagination wanders, you can envision yourself drifting along those strands, floating between stars and galaxies, feeling the pull, the gentle guidance of an unseen presence, as if the universe itself cradles your mind in its quiet care. Did you know that without dark matter, our universe would look completely different? Stars would scatter, galaxies would lose their shape, planets would drift aimlessly, and the night sky we know and love would be unrecognizable. Instead, there is order in apparent emptiness, and hidden patterns in the silence. Dark matter is the universe's memory, its invisible spine, and in its quiet way, it dreams, just as you dream, when your thoughts drift beyond conscious control. When your mind releases the day into the night, picture yourself now, lying in your bed, your body heavy and warm, your breath deep and even, and imagine that your thoughts are like luminous particles, floating gently along invisible streams. Each dream, each memory, each quiet reflection is guided, shaped by unseen forces. Some of these forces are your own mind. Some belong to the subtle rhythms of your body, and some, perhaps, belong to the same silent web that guides galaxies across space. A hidden pulse that whispers to stars and neurons alike. You may notice that your awareness of your own body begins to fade. The edges of thought dissolve, and you feel lighter, as if you are part of the luminous veil itself. The veil stretches infinitely, and yet it holds you, protects you, guides you. You can imagine drifting through it, your mind becoming a constellation of light and dark, merging with the invisible scaffolding of the cosmos. Every inhalation aligns you more closely with its rhythm. Every exhalation releases tension, letting gravity and its unseen counterpart carry you gently into a deeper, more restorative rest. Some of the most fascinating mysteries of dark matter lie in its silence. We cannot touch it, we cannot see it, and yet its effects are undeniable. Galaxies rotate faster than they should. Stars move in ways that seem impossible, and yet they follow a pattern, a hidden script written by forces beyond our perception. It's a reminder that some of the most powerful aspects of existence are those we cannot perceive directly, and that surrendering to the unseen can bring harmony, even in sleep. Our minds follow similar principles, releasing control, trusting in invisible rhythms, allowing dreams and healing processes to unfold without interference. Imagine the suspense of traveling along these invisible threads, not knowing where they will take you, yet trusting entirely in their guidance. Each pulse of your heartbeat, each flicker of thought, is like a star tracing the path of dark matter. Moving in silence, in beautiful precision, you feel suspense, yes, but not fear, a gentle curiosity, as if every moment holds a secret just beyond perception. And every secret invites you to drift further into calm. Now, imagine that the luminous veil itself has consciousness, not a human mind, but a cosmic awareness, attentive, patient, infinite. It watches over galaxies, and perhaps, in its own quiet way, over the dreams of every creature that sleeps beneath its stars. Every dream you dream, every thought you release, ripples across its surface, adding to the silent symphony of existence. And just as the stars trust dark matter to guide them, you can trust this veil to guide you, to hold you, to carry you into the deepest layers of sleep as your body sinks further into the mattress. Your mind, softer than a whisper, let yourself drift along these threads, past nebulae glowing faintly, past spiraling galaxies illuminated by unseen light. The universe is alive, but in its own slow, patient way. It moves in a rhythm that mirrors your own sleep. Invisible, gentle, perfect, and in this moment, you are part of it, woven into the web, connected to all that exists, even that which you cannot see. Soon, your awareness of time, space, and even your own body may begin to fade entirely, and in that fading, you will feel the reassurance of the luminous veil cradling your mind, guiding your dreams, allowing your thoughts to become gentle pulses of light, floating along the threads of existence until they dissolve into the quiet of rest. Every star, every galaxy, every heartbeat, and every dream moving together in harmony as it always has, as it always will. And as you drift deeper, know this: the invisible forces of the universe, the luminous veil of dark matter, and the quiet pulses of your mind, all align in perfect synchrony, allowing you to fall gently, peacefully, and without resistance into the restorative sleep that the cosmos itself seems to have planned for you. Have you ever wondered if the vastness of the universe is mirrored inside your own mind? If the swirling galaxies above resemble the firing patterns of your neurons? Every thought you've ever had, every memory, every fleeting imagination is part of an intricate, unseen network. Just as stars cluster into galaxies and galaxies into clusters, your neurons form constellations of connections, wires of electricity pulsing through an endless sky of synapses. And perhaps, if you drift quietly tonight, You can feel that cosmic echo within yourself. Picture yourself lying in the stillness of your room, the moon casting a gentle glow across your walls, and imagine looking inward instead of outward, peering into the deep landscape of your own mind. Like space, it is dark, silent, and seemingly infinite, and yet, within it, sparks of light flare into existence. Flickering like distant stars, these sparks are your thoughts, your memories, your dreams, and they connect, interweaving into vast, complex networks, some visible only to you, others hidden beneath the surface, and all moving in subtle patterns. Did you know that the human brain contains roughly 86 billion neurons, and each neuron connects to thousands of others, forming a network of unimaginable complexity? A network so intricate it rivals the number of stars in the observable universe. Signals travel along these pathways in milliseconds, electricity leaping from one neuron to the next, creating patterns of light and shadow, waves of thought and emotion, and much like a galaxy, these patterns are never truly static, always shifting, always evolving, always part of a larger cosmic rhythm. Imagine that as you drift towards sleep, your neurons begin to fire in slower, more harmonious rhythms, the brainwaves synchronizing like a choir of stars, waves of theta and delta pulsing softly through the sky of your mind. Each pulse feels like a heartbeat, each spark like a tiny supernova, and you are floating within it, weightless, suspended in the gentle glow of your own consciousness. Here, inside your mind, galaxies are forming, constellations of thought and memory, each linking to another, creating patterns that are at once familiar and mysterious. Some of these patterns may be vivid, bright, and intense, like the core of a newly ignited star. Others may be quiet, subtle, faint trails of thought glimmering in the dark. And just as stars influence the movement of nearby planets, your dominant thoughts subtly shape the trajectory of others. Every emotion you feel, every memory recalled, ripples through the network of your mind, changing, reshaping, guiding the formation of new ideas. Just as the invisible forces of gravity shape galaxies, the unseen connections in your brain shape the universe within. Now, picture a single neuron firing a spark, traveling along its delicate branch, passing information to another, and then another. The momentary flash of light resembles a tiny star blinking into existence. And when millions of these flashes occur in concert, they create a dazzling display, a living galaxy of thought in constant motion. And if you close your eyes, you can imagine drifting through this galaxy, moving from one cluster to another, watching memories collide, merge, and dissolve, each connection sending ripples outward, illuminating new paths, new ideas, new dreams. Did you know that the patterns in your brain are fractal in nature, repeating at smaller and larger scales, just like spiral arms of a galaxy, echoing the swirl of the entire galaxy cluster? The brain mirrors the universe, and the universe mirrors the brain. Every synapse, every connection, every spark of light is a reflection of the cosmos itself. It is no wonder that humans feel awe when gazing at the night sky. There is a recognition, deep and unconscious, of the patterns that are both within and around us, patterns that bind neurons to stars, thoughts to galaxies, dreams to reality. As you breathe slowly now, your body sinking deeper into the mattress, Imagine yourself drifting along these neural constellations, weightless and serene. Each breath is a gentle wave, sweeping across the neural landscape. Every inhalation brightening the stars, every exhalation releasing tension. Your mind begins to fold in on itself in the most gentle way, like galaxies slowly rotating, like distant stars spinning in silent harmony. There is suspense here, yes, a quiet curiosity about what new connections may emerge, what new patterns may form, but there is no fear, only wonder, and the slow, comforting rhythm of the universe pulsing inside you. The human brain also has the extraordinary ability to generate light in a metaphorical sense. Through the firing of neurons, through the formation of new connections, ideas are illuminated, insights spark like bursts of starlight, and during sleep this illumination continues in secret. Dreams carve pathways through your mind. Memories are integrated, emotions processed, and imagination expands in ways that are often invisible to waking consciousness. You are dreaming like a star, burning brightly in private, transforming energy into insight, chaos into order, darkness into light. Imagine a dream forming now, like a new galaxy emerging from a cloud of cosmic dust, the fragments of your day, sensations, memories, thoughts begin to swirl together, folding in on themselves, igniting flashes of insight, tiny explosions of understanding, and you drift among them, curious yet soothed, carried by the gentle gravitational pull of your own consciousness. Every neuron, every thought, every dream is connected, and through sleep, they form constellations that are both beautiful and meaningful. Some of these neural galaxies are ancient, shaped by experiences long past, echoes of childhood memories, faded conversations, old fears and joys. They pulse quietly in the dark, illuminating the paths of new thoughts, guiding your mind through unfamiliar terrain. And in the silence of sleep, you move alongside them, not controlling, not forcing, simply drifting, absorbing, learning. Picture a galaxy collapsing into a black hole, dense, mysterious, silent, and imagine that your brain, too, folds some memories into quiet corners, not lost, not erased, but integrated in ways you cannot yet perceive. Sleep is the black hole of your mind, and yet it is luminous, filled with patterns, filled with invisible connections, dreaming quietly, mirroring the universe, guiding the next awakening. As your awareness softens, the edges of your thoughts dissolve, and you drift deeper, merging with the cosmic patterns of neurons and stars. You are weightless, you are luminous, you are part of the infinite web of consciousness, moving with the rhythm of galaxies, flowing with the pulse of the universe, and ready to drift into the next stage of exploration, where space, time, and thought converge even further, and where the secrets of cosmic light, dark matter, and the dreaming mind await. Have you ever wondered how entire worlds come into being? How planets, stars, and galaxies emerge from the invisible, silent forces of the cosmos? Before we could see them, before telescopes and instruments revealed their presence, they were only whispers in the void, threads of gravity stretching across empty space, tiny pulses of matter pulled together in patterns that would someday become solar systems. And perhaps, in a way we rarely notice, your own mind does something very similar every night. In the quiet architecture of sleep, building new landscapes from the dust of memory, assembling galaxies of thought, constructing worlds of imagination. Picture yourself floating in a nebula, billions of miles wide, a cloud of cosmic dust shimmering softly in colors your mind can barely comprehend. Each speck of dust has potential to form a star, a planet, a moon, or simply drift quietly for eons. The forces of gravity act like patient hands, pulling the dust together, collapsing clouds into dense centers, igniting fusion, creating brilliance from emptiness. And you can imagine your own thoughts doing the same. Tiny fragments colliding gently in the mind, forming ideas, dreams, and revelations, guided by invisible threads you cannot fully perceive. Did you know that gravity, though seemingly weak compared to other forces, is the force that shapes the universe on its grandest scales? It pulls galaxies together, guides the rotation of stars, and influences the paths of planets in ways both subtle and profound. Without it, the cosmos would be chaotic, a scattering of matter with no form, no rhythm, no pattern. Yet with it, slowly, deliberately, beautifully, it is a silent architect. And tonight, as you drift toward sleep, you are participating in a similar architecture. Your mind weaving the chaos of the day into coherent patterns, memories settling into place, dreams forming like planets from dust. Imagine a newborn planet emerging from a protoplanetary disk, swirling clouds of gas and rock colliding gently, forming mountains, oceans, valleys. Each collision releases energy, not destructive, but creative. It shapes the surface, defines the orbit, and eventually gives rise to life. Even the smallest speck of matter has a role to play. Every atom finds its place in the greater design. And in your mind, tonight, every thought, every feeling, every sensation follows the same principles. The collisions of experience and imagination spark new insights, forming mental landscapes as real in their own way as the mountains and rivers of a planet. As you lie in your bed, your body relaxed, breathing slow and steady, imagine yourself watching a galaxy form, arms spiraling outward, dust and stars spinning in perfect harmony, gravity guiding every movement, an invisible choreographer orchestrating the dance. Some stars burn brighter than others, some drift silently at the edges, and all of them contribute to the structure of the whole. Your own thoughts and dreams work in a similar pattern, some vivid, some quiet, all contributing to the architecture of your inner universe. Every dream a star, every memory a planet, every insight a new moon. Have you ever noticed how certain dreams repeat, themes echoing across nights, as if your subconscious is revisiting the same nebula, pulling fragments together, testing collisions, seeing what forms? The process is slow, patient, and profoundly intelligent, even when you are unaware. Your mind is acting like the universe itself, shaping order from chaos, building worlds in silence, preparing the ground for new ideas and understandings to emerge. Did you know that galaxies themselves are not uniform? They contain dense cores, spiral arms, vast voids, each region with different energy, different activity. Some areas are calm, some are chaotic, and the interplay creates beauty. It is similar in the mind during sleep. Some thoughts settle gently, forming quiet clarity, Others collide, spark, and dissolve, creating flashes of insight, moments of clarity in the dark. The architecture of the mind mirrors the architecture of the cosmos, patterns within patterns, worlds within worlds, all emerging silently, patiently, beautifully. Now, imagine a massive star collapsing at the center of a galaxy, exploding in a supernova, scattering heavy elements across space. Those elements, once locked in the heart of a star, become the building blocks for planets, for life, for future stars. Destruction in the universe is a form of creation. Chaos is part of order, and your mind works the same way. When old thoughts or fears dissolve in sleep, they scatter their energy to form new ideas, new dreams, new patterns of understanding. Even endings become beginnings. Even loss contributes to creation. Picture now a tiny planet forming in the wake of a supernova, its surface smoothing into valleys and mountains, its atmosphere slowly settling, clouds forming, rain beginning to fall, life potentially stirring in the oceans. All of this arising from forces invisible, silent, patient, gravity shaping every detail, time allowing the process to unfold naturally. Your own mind, as you sleep, operates under similar principles. Each night is a protoplanetary disk, each thought a particle of dust, every dream a potential world, waiting to emerge, waiting to glow. Have you ever felt a sense of awe that your small existence is connected, that the night sky holds secrets older than memory, and yet intimately linked to your own inner universe? This is not just poetic, it is scientific. The forces shaping stars and planets, the cycles of matter and energy, mirror the cycles of thought, the folding and unfolding of dreams, the architecture of memory. You are, in every moment, part of this silent, patient process, shaped by unseen forces, contributing to the ongoing creation of new worlds within and beyond yourself. As your breath slows even further, your body melting into the bed, imagine drifting alongside the forming planet, watching dust and gas collide, mountains rising, oceans filling, clouds shifting gently across the surface, gravity holding it all together, time allowing it all to unfold. And know that in your own mind, similar processes are occurring, old thoughts settling, new ideas igniting, dreams forming, a universe of consciousness in motion, all guided by invisible hands, all part of a grand, silent architecture. And as you drift deeper, let the rhythm of gravity, the cycles of stars, and the unfolding of your own dreams carry you into a profound sense of peace, a sense that creation is ongoing, that you are part of it, that even in sleep you are shaping, forming, building silent worlds of thought, constellations of memory, planets of imagination, all within the luminous fabric of your mind. Soon, the awareness of your body, the room around you, and even time itself may begin to dissolve completely, and in that dissolution, you become one with the silent architects of the universe, the forces of gravity, the cycles of stars, and the architecture of your dreams, all converging into a gentle, endless flow, carrying you into restorative sleep, into the next stage of dreaming, where even more mysteries of space, mind, and light await. Have you ever wondered how the universe remembers, how time folds and stretches, carrying the past into the present and the present into the future. Just as stars carry the echoes of cosmic events from billions of years ago, so too does your mind carry fragments of your experiences, memories that shape the person you are now, dreams that quietly sketch the person you may become. And perhaps tonight, as you drift into sleep, you will witness the delicate dance of memory, where the past and future meet in the nebula of your mind. Picture yourself lying in the stillness of your room, the soft hum of the night around you, and imagine drifting beyond the walls, beyond the familiar ceiling, into a vast expanse of cosmic clouds, billions of miles across. Nebulae glowing softly in ethereal colors, you float gently among them, weightless, surrounded by dust and light, and within each swirl of cosmic matter, you can imagine the fragments of memory waiting to be shaped, waiting to merge into new constellations of thought. Scientists believe that nebulae are the birthplaces of stars, clouds of gas and dust collapsing under gravity to ignite brilliant light. In your own mind, sleep acts as a similar forge, collapsing scattered fragments of memory into coherent patterns, extracting lessons from experiences, blending them with imagination, forming new insights and dreams. The process is quiet, invisible, and yet profoundly transformative. You may not notice it as it happens, but every night, your mind is painting its own cosmic landscapes. Have you ever noticed how dreams sometimes bring together fragments of the past? People you've not thought of in years, places you haven't seen since childhood. And yet, these memories appear in novel ways, reshaped, rearranged, forming scenarios you have never consciously imagined. This is the nebula of memory at work. Your subconscious spinning matter into stars, your imagination igniting fusion, creating light from fragments, order from seeming chaos, and you are floating among it, weightless, serene, immersed in the gentle mystery. Imagine a swirling nebula in space, its dust and gas spiraling slowly, dense pockets collapsing here and there, igniting sparks of new stars. Each spark is a possibility, a potential for creation, a new world forming in darkness, guided by invisible forces. And in your mind, each dream, each insight is a spark of similar brilliance, formed quietly, without effort, without awareness, yet immensely significant, linking the past with the future, memories with dreams, experience with possibility. Did you know that the human brain consolidates memories during sleep, particularly in slow wave and REM cycles, strengthening connections that are important, discarding or softening those that no longer serve, much like a nebula selectively gathering matter? Your brain gathers meaning, weaving it into a coherent tapestry. While you rest, this process continues silently, ensuring that what you remember is meaningful, what you imagine is possible, and that the next day you awaken not only rested, but wiser, more prepared, more whole. Picture yourself drifting past a newborn star, its light illuminating clouds of dust, revealing hidden structures, forming shapes you did not notice before, shapes that hint at the future, planets yet to coalesce, orbits yet to be traced. And your mind, in sleep, does something remarkably similar, drawing connections between memories, illuminating hidden patterns, predicting outcomes, simulating experiences you have not yet had. It is a rehearsal for life, an elegant dance of thought and possibility. As you breathe slowly, your chest rising and falling, imagine inhaling the nebula itself, drawing in the dust of past experiences, each particle holding lessons, each spark carrying emotions. Your exhalation releases tension, scattering it gently into the void, allowing the nebula to reshape itself, just as planets form from collapsing clouds. Your thoughts form into meaningful constellations, threads connecting one memory to another, one dream to another, guided by invisible currents, the gravity of understanding, and the patient pull of your subconscious. Some nights, memories are vivid, bright and precise, like a star burning fiercely. Other nights, they are subtle, glimmers barely visible, and yet, even these quiet fragments play their part, forming the background, the scaffolding for future insights. Every dream, every memory, every emotion is a piece of the nebula, and you are drifting through it, observing, absorbing, learning the patterns without trying, simply moving with the currents. Have you noticed how sleep sometimes brings solutions, answers you could not find while awake? A problem may seem insoluble, yet in dreams it reshapes itself. Connections form in unexpected ways, much like clouds of dust spontaneously collapsing into a new star. Your mind has been quietly building bridges, drawing threads across time, linking past knowledge with future potential. All of this occurs while you drift, weightless, immersed in the nebula of your own consciousness. Imagine now the entire galaxy of your mind, memories, dreams, and thoughts swirling like interstellar clouds, some denser, forming major stars of understanding, some diffuse, forming subtle hints and insights. And through it all, sleep acts like gravity, shaping the patterns, holding them together, allowing order to emerge from the apparent chaos. Each night, this process repeats, a cosmic dance within you, a nebula of memory forming new worlds of thought and guiding you toward awakening. Did you know that the light from stars we see tonight began its journey millions or even billions of years ago, long before humans existed? Yet we perceive it now, and in a similar way. Your memories, your dreams, are particles of thought traveling through the nebula of your mind, some igniting as insights, some merging with others, forming luminous constellations of understanding. And you, drifting quietly in sleep, are witnessing their formation, participating in the silent creation of your own inner universe. As your awareness softens, your thoughts slowing, imagine drifting alongside a cloud of cosmic dust, watching stars ignite, planets form, and worlds come alive. All of it a metaphor for the work of your own subconscious, shaping, creating, weaving past and future together. And you are weightless within it, safe, held by the invisible forces that guide the cosmos, guided by the quiet gravity of memory and imagination, moving toward clarity, toward rest, toward understanding. Soon, the nebula will fold around you completely, its soft clouds enveloping your mind, carrying you gently into dream, where the boundaries between past and future blur, where insights ignite like stars, where memories and possibilities merge seamlessly, and you will rest in the luminous nebula of your own consciousness, cradled, held, guided by forces seen and unseen, by the silent architects of both the universe and your mind, until the morning, when the nebula recedes, leaving you renewed, enlightened, ready for the next chapter of life and dream. Have you ever wondered if the universe itself sings, if the stars, planets, and galaxies produce a melody, a resonance so subtle that we cannot hear it with our ears, yet perhaps we can feel it within our minds, within the gentle rhythm of our own breath and heartbeat? As you drift into sleep tonight, you may begin to sense this cosmic music, the silent symphony that guides both the heavens and your dreams. Picture yourself lying in the quiet darkness of your room, your body heavy and warm, your breath slow, each exhalation carrying you deeper. And now imagine stepping beyond the walls, beyond the atmosphere, floating in the endless void of space, where the stars shimmer like distant notes, and nebulae ripple like vibrating strings, each galaxy, each cluster, each star pulsing with its own frequency, a rhythm that resonates with the fabric of space-time. And if you listen, not with your ears, but with your awareness, you can feel it humming, soft, subtle, enveloping. Scientists have long theorized that the universe produces waves, vibrations in the very fabric of space-time known as gravitational waves, ripples that travel across billions of light-years, emitted by collisions of black holes, merging neutron stars, cosmic events of immense power. Yet, unlike sound in the air, these waves are silent to us. We do not hear them, but we can detect their passage through precise instruments, and in sleep, your mind resonates in a similar way, absorbing subtle vibrations, feeling patterns, and harmonizing with rhythms far larger than yourself. Imagine a massive star exploding in a supernova, sending waves of energy outward, each particle vibrating in response. The nebula of dust and gas trembles ever so slightly, shaping the formation of new stars, new worlds, new possibilities. And within your mind, sleep acts as a similar medium. Dreams ripple across consciousness. Thoughts resonate like the vibrations of a stringed instrument, and memories, like waves of light, interact with each other, creating harmonies and dissonances, pattern and counterpoint, a music uniquely yours. Did you know that your brain produces measurable electrical activity as you sleep, waves known as delta, theta, and alpha rhythms? Each stage of sleep resonates at a different frequency, guiding processes of restoration, memory consolidation, and emotional processing. Much like the universe produces waves at multiple scales, from the slow undulations of galactic clusters to the rapid oscillations of subatomic particles, your mind, your sleep, is part of this grand cosmic resonance. Every heartbeat a drum, every breath a wind instrument, every dream a melody weaving through the night. Picture yourself floating past a pulsar, a rapidly spinning neutron star, emitting beams of electromagnetic energy like lighthouse signals. Its rhythm so precise, it rivals the most perfect clock. Each pulse echoes across space, guiding nearby matter and light in subtle ways. And your own neurons fire in patterns just as precise, rippling through your brain, synchronizing thoughts, dreams, and memories. Perhaps this is why music, sound, and rhythm can affect our emotions so deeply. We are attuned to the cosmic pulse, even if we do not consciously notice it. Imagine now drifting into a region of space known as a resonance nebula, where the vibrations of countless stars and galaxies overlap, forming complex, subtle harmonics, sounds too faint for ears to detect. yet creating patterns of energy that shape the universe. Like these cosmic harmonics, your sleep organizes information, balancing emotion, memory, and imagination. Every dream you experience is influenced by these silent resonances, guiding you gently toward clarity, insight, and renewal. Have you ever noticed how certain dreams have a musical quality? How some thoughts arrive in patterns that feel rhythmic, almost as if your subconscious is composing symphonies, and in this music you feel both awe and comfort. This is your mind attuning to the hidden harmonics of life. Like a telescope receiving signals from the distant universe, every pulse, every vibration, every resonance shaping your inner world, allowing your mind to rest while simultaneously creating. Now imagine the interplay of light and vibration, the way photons ripple through space, dancing with gravity, interacting with matter, creating subtle symphonies of movement and energy. In sleep, your own mind experiences something similar. Light, memory, and thought interacting, vibrating gently in patterns of insight and awareness. Each dream a note, each memory a chord, each thought a rhythm that contributes to the grand symphony of your consciousness. Did you know that sound can influence matter in a measurable way, causing particles to vibrate, liquids to ripple, even crystals to form distinct geometric patterns? Your brain, made of complex biological matter, responds similarly to vibration, rhythm, and frequency, whether it is the beat of your own heart, the rhythm of your breath, or the subtle hum of life around you. You are immersed in sound, even in silence, and your mind resonates with it, aligning your thoughts, your dreams, your sleep. Picture drifting now into a quiet region between galaxies, where sound is silent, yet energy still moves, ripples traveling invisibly across light years, and you, lying in your bed, are part of the same cosmic medium. Your dreams rippling, your thoughts oscillating, waves of sleep interacting with waves of the universe, subtle, invisible, profound, and in this resonance you are safe, held by the harmony of existence, swaying with the music of creation itself. Imagine your neurons firing in response to subtle internal vibrations, waves traveling through your body and mind, creating harmony, integrating memories, processing emotion, and in sleep, this internal symphony is amplified, your subconscious composing melodies of rest, repair, and insight. Every inhalation and exhalation adding a note, every heartbeat contributing to the rhythm. The quiet music of the cosmos and the quiet music of your mind intertwining, forming an infinite, resonant loop. Some nights, this cosmic symphony is loud, bright, with vivid dreams, flashes of understanding, insights, and imagination. Other nights, it is quiet, subtle, a soft hum carrying you into deep, restorative sleep, and both are necessary. Both are part of the grand design. Both resonate with the universal rhythm, guiding you toward awakening gently, fully, and wisely as your awareness softens further. The edges of your mind dissolving. Imagine floating through the silent music of the stars, nebulae vibrating softly, pulsars ticking precisely, galaxies spiraling in a slow, hypnotic rhythm, and you are weightless, immersed in this symphony. Every vibration guiding you, every wave cradling you, until your consciousness drifts fully, peacefully, and harmoniously into deep sleep. Soon, your body, mind, and dreams will align with the resonance of the universe, the hidden symphony that shapes stars and galaxies. neurons and memories, breath and heartbeat. Your sleep will carry you into restoration, insight, and wonder. And when you awaken, you will carry echoes of this cosmic music with you, soft, subtle, and beautiful, a lullaby older than memory, guiding you always toward the next awakening of mind and soul. Have you ever wondered what pushes the universe to expand? What invisible force drives galaxies apart, stretching the fabric of space and time, and yet remains completely undetectable to our senses? This is dark energy, a silent, pervasive force, mysterious and powerful, shaping the cosmos in ways we can only begin to imagine. And perhaps, tonight, as you drift into sleep, you will sense its gentle influence, not in galaxies, but in the hidden currents of your own mind, guiding thoughts, dreams, and imagination. Picture yourself floating in a vast cosmic ocean, darkness stretching endlessly in all directions. And yet all around you, faint light glimmers, galaxies moving away from each other in slow, hypnotic rhythm. Invisible forces tug at every star, pulling them apart ever so gently. This is the quiet dance of dark energy, moving without sound, without friction, without resistance. And you, lying in your bed, can imagine drifting along these currents, weightless, suspended, cradled by forces unseen but deeply present. Scientists have discovered that dark energy makes up roughly 70% of the universe. Yet we cannot measure it directly. We can only observe its effects. The acceleration of galactic expansion, the stretching of space-time itself. It is a reminder that not all influence is visible, that some of the most profound forces operate silently, without fanfare, without notice, and yet they shape everything we see, everything we are, everything we experience. Imagine now a galaxy cluster drifting slowly apart, each star moving in response to this unseen current. Collisions that might have happened millions of years ago now unfold differently. Paths diverge, orbits shift, and the universe changes its shape. Without dark energy, the cosmos would be smaller, denser, perhaps chaotic instead. The expansion allows space to breathe, to create, to form structures over billions of years. And your mind, as you sleep, follows a similar principle, allowing thoughts and memories to expand, to explore new connections, to create dreams that reach beyond the constraints of waking logic. Have you noticed that in sleep, your imagination can travel to places your conscious mind cannot? Dreams that twist time, memories that blend with invention, ideas emerging seemingly from nowhere, patterns forming without your direction. This is your mind resonating with the principle of dark energy, expanding, stretching, allowing thought to drift into new territory. You are the witness and the participant in a subtle, silent dance where forces unseen guide the architecture of the mind. Picture now a distant supercluster of galaxies, its arms stretching and spiraling as dark energy flows through space. It nudges each galaxy along, not violently, not suddenly, but with patient insistence, gradually, imperceptibly, changing trajectories, influencing the formation of cosmic structures. And in your sleep, similar currents move through your subconscious, guiding the flow of memory, emotion, and imagination, shaping the dreams that emerge, directing them subtly, like invisible hands painting a canvas you can only perceive after awakening. Did you know that without dark energy, the universe might have collapsed on itself. Gravity would have pulled everything together, and the cosmos would be dense, static, unchanging. But instead, the expansion allows possibility, room for complexity, room for life, room for thought and reflection. Your sleep works in the same way, creating space within your mind for imagination to expand, for memories to unfold, for understanding to grow. Without this mental expansion, thoughts might stagnate, dreams would remain small, and the richness of your inner universe would be limited. Imagine drifting along a current of dark energy, weightless, the galaxies of your mind swirling softly around you, ideas forming, emotions dissolving, memories stretching into new perspectives. The expansion is gentle, hypnotic, a subtle encouragement to explore, to discover, to imagine without constraint. And as you drift further, the suspense of the unknown thrills you, not with fear, but with curiosity, like exploring uncharted cosmic oceans, every moment filled with possibility. Now, picture your neurons as tiny galaxies, sending signals, firing, connecting, and dark energy as the subtle current that allows them to reach further, to form new connections, to stretch pathways that seemed fixed, to ignite insights that were previously hidden. Sleep, imagination, and creativity are profoundly connected, all shaped by currents you cannot see, currents like dark energy, silent but powerful, pulling you into new mental landscapes, encouraging exploration, guiding the formation of mental constellations. Some nights, the current feels strong, dreams vivid and expansive, connections forming rapidly, insights sparking in unexpected ways. Other nights, it is gentle, almost imperceptible, a slow, steady drift, where imagination unfolds quietly, without force, without urgency. Yet both are vital. Both contribute to the architecture of the sleeping mind, and both mirror the vast rhythms of the universe. Have you noticed how certain ideas suddenly seem clear after sleep? How problems that were unsolvable before suddenly resolve? This is your mind riding the currents of invisible forces, aligning, connecting, expanding, the unconscious pulling together fragments, creating coherence from complexity. Like dark energy, your subconscious works quietly, slowly, deliberately, allowing expansion and evolution without your conscious control, yet perfectly tuned to your needs. Imagine now a galaxy slowly being stretched by dark energy, its stars drifting apart, new space opening between them, potential for growth and transformation. And as you breathe, you can feel a similar stretching inside yourself. Thoughts separating from constraints, ideas moving into new connections, imagination expanding, and sleep cradling you in this gentle process. Safe, secure, held by forces unseen but profoundly present. As your awareness softens, the edges of thought dissolving. Imagine floating alongside a cluster of galaxies, witnessing the expansion, feeling the subtle pull, and allowing your own mind to expand with it. Each exhale releases tension. Each inhale draws new possibilities into focus. Your subconscious orchestrates the dance, linking memory, insight, and imagination. You are weightless, immersed in the hidden currents, and carried gently toward restorative, enlightening sleep. Soon, the awareness of time, space, and even self will fade completely, and in that dissolution, you will drift fully along the currents of dark energy, within your own mind and the cosmos itself. the silent force guiding galaxies and neurons, dreams and reality, expanding, shaping, creating, until the morning, when consciousness returns, renewed, expanded, carrying the echoes of the hidden currents that shape both the universe and your imagination. Have you ever wondered if your dreams follow patterns, subtle arcs and rotations that mirror the cosmos? If sleep itself has a rhythm, a hidden spiral that guides thoughts and memories like stars circling a galactic core. Every night, as your mind drifts into unconsciousness, you enter a celestial dance, a rotation of thought, memory, and imagination, and perhaps, if you drift quietly enough tonight, you will begin to sense the gentle, spiraling motion within your own mind. Picture yourself lying in your bed, your body sinking softly into the mattress, your breath steady, rhythmic. And now imagine leaving the familiar confines of your room, floating into the darkness beyond, where galaxies spin slowly, arms curving gracefully outward, clusters of stars tracing spirals in silent harmony. The core of each galaxy hums with energy, a quiet heartbeat, and as you drift alongside it, you can sense the subtle echoes in your own consciousness, a rotation of ideas, a turning of thought, a spiral of memory. Scientists have observed that spiral galaxies are among the most common forms in the universe, their arms winding outward in patterns that are both predictable and mysterious. Each rotation shapes the path of stars, guiding their motion over millions of years, and each spiral is unique, formed by subtle interactions, invisible forces, collisions with other galaxies, the pull of gravity, and dark energy stretching the space between stars. Similarly, your sleep shapes the paths of thoughts and memories, forming spirals of understanding, weaving connections, guiding the flow of dreams in ways both intricate and unseen. Imagine a star orbiting the core of a spiral galaxy, its motion determined by gravity, yet influenced by neighboring stars, dust clouds, unseen currents. Its path is not random, but neither is it rigid. Each orbit a delicate balance of forces, and your thoughts during sleep follow a comparable rhythm. Some ideas circle gently, forming stable patterns. Others collide and diverge, spark new connections. And just as stars trace arcs through space, your mind traces spirals of understanding, looping around concepts, revisiting memories, absorbing insights, preparing them for your waking consciousness. Have you noticed how some dreams feel circular, revisiting the same themes, emotions, or images, yet each time subtly transformed, enriched by new perspective? Your mind is performing a cosmic ballet, revolving around the core of your consciousness, with spirals of memory and imagination tracing arcs that are both familiar and mysterious. Some spirals move quickly, thoughts racing, images flashing like nova bursts. Other spirals unfold slowly, delicate, expansive, allowing understanding to deepen gradually. Imagine drifting into a massive spiral nebula, billions of particles of gas and dust orbiting a hidden center, each arm shimmering softly with the light of emerging stars, every particle contributing to the motion, and within each swirl, new possibilities emerge: planets, moons, cosmic structures forming in a slow, hypnotic rhythm. In your mind, sleep acts in a similar fashion, spinning fragments of thought and memory into coherent forms. dreams forming, insights igniting, emotions unfolding with the rhythm of the spiral. A cosmic process mirrored in the architecture of your unconscious. Did you know that spiral galaxies evolve over billions of years? Their arms winding and stretching, stars forming and dying, patterns shifting imperceptibly over time. And your mind evolves similarly with each night of sleep. Repeated cycles of rest reinforce neural connections, reorganize memory, allow imagination to flourish. Each night, another rotation in the spiral of personal growth. Even small dreams contribute, adding new arcs, new loops, new branches to the expanding spiral of consciousness. Picture yourself now at the center of a galactic spiral, where gravity is strongest, stars orbiting in tight, elegant paths. Here is the hub of understanding, the core of imagination, where your mind's most vivid and powerful insights may emerge. Your thoughts orbit this hub gently, sometimes approaching, sometimes drifting away. Each rotation an opportunity to integrate, to synthesize, to understand, and to prepare for new ideas to emerge. Have you noticed that sometimes, during sleep, your thoughts and dreams repeat patterns from your waking life, like echoes traveling along spirals, reverberating across time and memory? Your subconscious is linking experience and imagination, forming spirals of significance, not random, but ordered in ways you may not yet understand. Every dream, every thought, every memory forms a thread in this spiral, interwoven with others, creating a tapestry of consciousness that mirrors the cosmos. Imagine now the interplay between spiral galaxies and dark energy. The invisible force stretching space between stars, nudging the spiral arms outward, allowing expansion, allowing growth. Your mind, too, experiences this subtle expansion. As sleep allows new connections to form, thoughts to move freely, imagination to stretch beyond the limits of logic and daily life. And just as galaxies respond to invisible forces, so too does your subconscious respond to the hidden currents of sleep, guiding dreams, shaping memory, orchestrating insight. Picture a distant galaxy spinning slowly in the void, its arms luminous, vast dust clouds swirling, stars tracing silent arcs. And now picture yourself floating among these spirals, weightless, immersed in their rhythm, feeling the gentle pull of unseen forces. And as your breath slows, you sense a similar pull within yourself. Thoughts tracing arcs, memories circling, dreams forming loops, all moving with perfect, hypnotic grace. The spiral is a structure of balance and flow, a cosmic dance mirrored in your own consciousness. Some nights, your spiral moves quickly, dreams vivid, racing from one insight to the next. Other nights, it moves slowly, delicate, expansive, revealing hidden connections gradually. Both are necessary, both are part of the process. Both mirror the evolution of galaxies and consciousness alike. Every rotation strengthens the neural pathways. Every arc fosters understanding. Every loop deepens insight. And you, drifting quietly, are at the center, experiencing the gentle perfection of the spiral. Have you ever felt the suspense of the unknown within dreams? That moment when a memory loops unexpectedly, or a thought reveals itself in new form. This is the spiraling motion at work, the subconscious revealing patterns, aligning ideas, and creating insight in ways that awake minds cannot orchestrate. Like the rotation of stars around a galactic core, each movement matters, each arc contributes, and the overall motion is a balance of precision and mystery. Picture yourself drifting now through countless spirals, each galaxy a different thought, each arm a path of memory, every movement a new insight waiting to be discovered. The spiral is hypnotic, soothing, expansive, and you feel yourself aligning with its rhythm, weightless, absorbing its beauty, its complexity, its perfect motion. The universe itself, mirrored in your mind, each breath a gentle orbit, each heartbeat a guiding pulse, carrying you deeper into the quiet mystery of sleep. Soon, awareness of your body, your room, even time itself may dissolve completely, and in that dissolution, you will drift fully into the dreaming spiral, a rotation of memory, thought, and imagination, spinning gently, guided by unseen forces, held by cosmic rhythm, until the morning, when you awaken renewed, expanded, and illuminated, carrying echoes of the spiral within your own consciousness. Have you ever wondered what secrets the universe might whisper? If the stars and nebulae could speak in hushed tones, revealing the hidden patterns of existence, the invisible threads connecting time, space, and consciousness, tonight, as you drift into sleep, you may sense these whispers, not as words, but as ideas, emotions, and subtle insights carried gently into your mind. Like starlight reaching across billions of years, picture yourself floating in the quiet expanse of a nebula, a luminous cloud of gas and dust stretching farther than your mind can imagine. Soft light glows from newly forming stars, casting gentle reflections across the cloud, and you move slowly, weightless, drifting through this ethereal space. Each swirl of matter seems to hum softly, a language of subtle vibration, and your consciousness begins to resonate with the rhythm, the whispered secrets carried on invisible currents. Did you know that nebulae are the wombs of the cosmos, where stars and planets emerge from dust and gas, colliding gently, merging slowly, guided by gravity, turbulence, and the unseen hand of time, much like your mind in sleep? Fragments of thought, memory, and imagination collide, merge, and reshape, forming new ideas, new understandings, dreams that illuminate hidden corners of your consciousness, all orchestrated without your conscious effort, in perfect harmony with unseen forces. Imagine a dense region within the nebula, where stars are forming rapidly, clouds collapsing under the pressure of gravity, a cosmic nursery glowing with energy. Within this glow, every particle has potential, each spark of light a possibility, each collapse a creation, and your mind functions in a comparable way during sleep. Subconscious ideas condense, forming clarity, new connections ignite, insights emerge like tiny stars from clouds of thought, and you drift, silent, observer, and participant, immersed in the unfolding process. Have you noticed how some dreams feel almost prophetic, revealing insights about your life or questions you didn't consciously consider? Your subconscious is absorbing patterns, drawing threads between memories, experiences, and imagination. Just as nebulae shape the birth of stars, your sleep sculpts the architecture of understanding, and the whispers you perceive are subtle nudges, messages encoded in imagery, emotion, and thought, gently guiding you toward comprehension and perspective. Picture drifting past a dark void in the nebula, an area dense with cold gas, silent, almost ominous. Yet, even here, creation is occurring, potential is gathering, waiting for the right moment. In your mind, similar quiet moments occur, thoughts that seem stagnant, memories that appear dormant, are quietly aligning, forming the foundation for revelations in future dreams. Everything, visible or hidden, contributes to the unfolding tapestry, and you are immersed in the whispers of this silent process. Did you know that the colors of a nebula are determined by the energy of its stars, the composition of its gas, the interaction of light with dust, each hue a story, each shimmer a subtle signal, much like your dreams? Emotions color the experience, memories provide texture, imagination infuses vibrancy, and as you drift in sleep, you begin to perceive the story being formed, not in words, but in feeling, rhythm, and resonance. Imagine now a gentle cosmic wind flowing through the nebula, stirring particles ever so softly, carrying whispers from one region to another. This wind shapes the formation of stars, guides the collapse of clouds, and in your mind, sleep acts as a similar current, moving thought and memory, stirring imagination, aligning insight, gently guiding you to revelations you cannot yet predict. Every breath you take resonates with this flow. Every heartbeat echoes the rhythm of cosmic creation. Have you ever noticed how some insights arise in sleep, fully formed, as if delivered by a quiet messenger? Dreams sometimes present solutions to problems, connections between experiences, or a subtle shift in perspective. These are the whispers of your subconscious, like the soft hum of a nebula, communicating in symbols, images, and sensations, providing guidance and understanding without urgency, without force, allowing you to absorb meaning gently and naturally. Picture drifting closer to a forming star within the nebula, a dense core of dust and energy, sparking with ignition, casting soft light across surrounding clouds. Each spark is a promise of creation, potential unleashed, and your own mind works in a similar way. Thoughts condense, ideas ignite, memories illuminate new understanding. Sleep providing the space, the gentle current, and the rhythm necessary for transformation. Imagine now the vast scale of the nebula. Billions of particles moving in delicate balance, spiraling, drifting, merging, and every motion has a purpose. Every vibration contributes to creation. Your mind mirrors this process. Each thought, each memory, each fragment of imagination participates, even when you are not aware. Silent architecture shaping understanding, forming the complex landscape of insight. A whisper from deep within may guide a new idea, or illuminate an old one in a new light. Have you noticed how some memories emerge more vividly in dreams than in waking thought? Like stars shining more brightly at night, your subconscious highlights what is important and filters what is less necessary, allowing the essential to take form. Like a nebula separating dense regions of potential from diffuse emptiness, your sleep organizes your inner universe, preparing it for insight, clarity, and creativity. Picture yourself now floating above the entire nebula, viewing it as a whole, the stars, dust, and gas forming intricate patterns, every particle in motion, every whisper contributing to the symphony, and within yourself, you perceive your own nebula of memory and thought, expanding and contracting, forming constellations of understanding, gently illuminated by the sparks of dreams. Whispers of insight drift across your consciousness, soft, subtle, profound. Did you know that the universe itself communicates through patterns? From the rotation of galaxies to the alignment of cosmic filaments, and your subconscious communicates similarly through the imagery of dreams, the flow of thought, the resonance of emotion, guiding you silently, gently, allowing understanding to emerge without effort, without rush, without pressure. The nebula whispers to your mind, revealing the secrets hidden within, the mysteries yet to be discovered. As your awareness softens, the edges of your thoughts dissolving, you drift fully into the whispering nebula, immersed in the subtle currents, weightless, held by forces both cosmic and internal. Every dream, every memory, every flicker of imagination, a particle of dust, joining the creation of insight, forming constellations, forming worlds within your mind, and you feel peace, wonder, an infinite possibility. Soon, your mind, body, and consciousness will merge completely with the currents, and you will be cradled in the gentle flow, listening to the whispers of the nebula, learning without effort, dreaming without boundaries, resting deeply and awakening renewed, expanded, and illuminated, carrying the subtle guidance of these cosmic whispers into the day, into thought, into life itself. Have you ever wondered how light travels across the universe? How its journey through darkness carries both information and mystery, illuminating distant worlds, nebulae, and galaxies, and how this very phenomenon mirrors the illumination of your own mind during sleep. Tonight, as you drift toward unconsciousness, imagine the threads of light weaving through your consciousness, casting subtle clarity upon the hidden corners of thought, revealing insights, emotions, and dreams you may not yet recognize. Picture yourself lying quietly, the warmth of your bed cradling your body, your breath slow and rhythmic. And now imagine leaving the familiar, floating into a dark expanse, where distant stars shine like scattered lanterns, and between them stretches the luminous veil, a delicate layer of interstellar dust and gas, softly reflecting and bending the light of countless suns. The veil shimmers subtly, its radiance both gentle and profound, and as you drift closer, you feel its light brushing the surface of your consciousness, illuminating thoughts and dreams that were previously hidden. Scientists know that light is both particle and wave, traveling across unimaginable distances, carrying information encoded in its frequency and amplitude. Some light reaches us after billions of years, long after its source has disappeared. And in its journey, it interacts with cosmic matter, bends around gravitational fields, and paints the universe in an intricate, ever-shifting tapestry. Sleep, in a similar way, allows your mind to process experiences, memories, and emotions, stretching across the expanse of your subconscious, illuminating connections and patterns that were once invisible. Imagine now a soft beam of starlight passing through the luminous veil. Refracted, each color tells a story, each glimmer holds a secret. Your mind operates like this. During sleep, refracting the light of experiences, splitting them into their subtle components, examining, integrating, and illuminating, allowing understanding to emerge slowly, patiently, like the unfolding of a cosmic dawn. Have you noticed how some insights arise suddenly in dreams, like a flash of light breaking through clouds, illuminating a solution, a memory, a feeling? This illumination is the mind's own luminous veil at work, casting clarity upon subconscious material, revealing what needs to be understood, while leaving mysteries intact. And the more relaxed you are, the more fully your mind can perceive these subtle lights, absorbing wisdom without effort, without pressure, without the weight of expectation. Picture yourself drifting closer to the center of the luminous veil, where the density of dust and gas is greatest. Soft light diffuses through every particle, revealing hidden shapes and shadows. Here, creation is happening silently, stars forming, collapsing, matter and energy interacting in ways that seem almost magical. And in your own mind, sleep is a similar process. The center of your consciousness, dense with thought and emotion, is illuminated by gentle insights. Memories merge with imagination, dreams provide perspective, and understanding emerges naturally, organically, beautifully. Did you know that some of the universe's earliest light, the cosmic microwave background, still reaches us today, providing a map of the infant cosmos, and that your subconscious also carries traces of your earliest experiences, memories and sensations embedded within your neural architecture? Sleep illuminates these subtle signals, helping you recognize patterns, integrate experiences, and learn from them without effort, like starlight tracing invisible structures across the night sky. Imagine now the interplay of light and shadow within the veil. How darkness is not merely absence, but space for illumination to occur. Every shadow highlights the brilliance of surrounding stars. Every dark region contains potential, waiting for light to reveal its hidden secrets. Similarly, sleep allows your mind to process the darkness of confusion, stress, and uncertainty, highlighting the brilliance of understanding, revealing hidden connections, and allowing you to awaken with clarity, calm, and insight. Have you noticed how some dreams appear bathed in light, while others unfold in subtle darkness? Each necessary, each guiding you toward awareness. The luminous veil functions similarly, some regions glowing brightly, others softly dimmed, yet all contributing to the overall symphony, the dance of illumination and shadow in both the universe and your mind. Picture yourself drifting through the edge of the veil, where light bends gently around dust clouds, creating halos and glimmers that seem almost alive in your mind. Similar phenomena occur during REM and slow-wave sleep, neural patterns refracting experiences, memories forming new connections, emotions crystallizing into clarity, and imagination expanding into realms previously unseen. The dance of light and consciousness is intricate, hypnotic, and profoundly beautiful. Did you know that light can be influenced by gravity, bending, twisting, and creating arcs that reveal hidden structures? The universe itself is a network of illumination and shadow, revealing truth in subtle, unexpected ways. Sleep operates with the same principle. The gravity of experience bends the light of thought, revealing connections, insights, and solutions. And you, lying quietly, can absorb this illumination effortlessly, breathing with the rhythm of the universe, feeling each particle of light brushing your consciousness. Imagine drifting closer still, the luminous veil surrounding you completely, soft radiance, reflecting, refracting, wrapping around your mind, weightless, calm, suspended in infinite space. Each breath draws in understanding. Each exhale releases tension and uncertainty. Your thoughts move like particles of light, forming constellations of clarity, and as you drift, the boundaries between you and the universe dissolve. The veil and your consciousness merge, revealing the quiet magnificence of awareness itself. Have you noticed that some ideas only arise after deep rest, illuminated like hidden stars after a long night? Sleep allows subtle illumination to occur, processing what cannot be seen in waking thought, revealing insight without force. Like a cosmic light slowly spreading across a nebula, every dream, every memory, every fragment of thought participates, forming constellations, guiding you toward understanding, and gently preparing your mind for the clarity of waking. Picture yourself now floating completely within the luminous veil, a gentle cosmic glow surrounding you. Every particle of dust and light resonating with your consciousness, each breath, each heartbeat, each dream aligning with the rhythm of the universe. You feel both infinite and intimately connected, held in the light, yet aware of the shadows that give it depth. Safe, calm, illuminated, and ready to drift fully into restorative sleep. Soon your mind will dissolve into this luminous veil, weightless, suspended in light and shadow, absorbing the hidden wisdom of the universe, dreaming freely, learning effortlessly. An awakening renewed, expanded, and illuminated, carrying the subtle radiance of insight into your day, like starlight traveling across billions of years, quietly, gently, profoundly. Have you ever wondered what keeps your mind tethered while it drifts through the endless landscapes of sleep? What invisible force allows dreams to have structure, rhythm, and meaning? And how this very force mirrors the gravity that holds stars, planets, and galaxies in delicate balance. Tonight, as you lie in bed, your body heavy, your breath slow, you may begin to sense this gravitational pull, not in space, but within your own consciousness, anchoring thought, guiding imagination, and shaping the reality of your inner universe. Picture yourself floating in a vast expanse, weightless yet aware, the stars stretching infinitely in every direction. And yet, all around, there is a subtle force, a quiet tug that organizes, that centers, that ensures nothing drifts endlessly. This is gravity, holding planets in orbit, shaping galaxies, and creating the structure of the cosmos. In your mind, sleep acts in a remarkably similar way, anchoring thoughts, organizing memories, and guiding dreams along coherent paths. Scientists have long studied gravity as the fundamental force that structures our universe, pulling matter together, shaping orbits, and influencing the flow of space-time itself. Without gravity, the universe would be chaotic, stars colliding randomly, planets flung into emptiness. And without the anchoring principles of sleep, your mind would also wander without coherence. Dreams fragmented, memories disorganized, insights lost, yet in sleep, the gravity of subconscious processes gently holds your thoughts together, creating a framework within which imagination can flourish, a structure within which understanding can emerge. Imagine a planet forming in the accretion disk of a young star. Dust and gas slowly pulled together by gravitational attraction. Each particle contributes to the formation of something larger. Its path guided by invisible forces. Some material joins seamlessly. Some collides and reshapes the emerging planet. And over time, a coherent, functioning world emerges. Similarly, during sleep, fragments of thought, memory, and emotion drift toward each other, guided by subconscious gravity, colliding, merging, and forming a coherent mental landscape. Every dream a particle, every memory a building block, every emotion contributing to the architecture of your mind. Have you noticed how certain insights emerge after deep rest? How problems that seemed unsolvable suddenly resolve? Or how dreams provide clarity you could not achieve while awake? This is the gravitational influence of sleep at work, anchoring scattered ideas, aligning patterns, and shaping reality from fragments of experience. Your mind is simultaneously weightless and structured, free to explore, yet guided by invisible rules. Like a planet orbiting a star, or a galaxy held in the spiral of cosmic gravity. Picture yourself now, drifting closer to a massive black hole, its gravitational pull immense, drawing in matter and energy from its surrounding. Yet, even here, in the heart of seeming chaos, structure emerges. Accretion disks forming, stars bending their paths, energy released in spectacular bursts, and in your mind, sleep sometimes brings you close to the black holes of thought, the intense emotional currents, the unresolved memories. Yet even in these depths, coherence forms, insight emerges, and understanding is released like light from the edges of darkness. Did you know that gravity not only organizes matter but also influences time itself, slowing it near massive objects, bending the very fabric of space-time? Sleep has a similar effect, stretching perception, allowing the mind to explore multiple dimensions of thought and memory simultaneously. Moments of reflection in dreams may feel extended. Insights may emerge from past and future events, and the subconscious weaves them into a coherent narrative, anchored yet expansive, structured yet imaginative. Imagine now a spiral galaxy, its stars orbiting a massive core, gravity guiding each orbit, holding the galaxy together, and yet allowing motion, evolution, and growth. Your dreams, like the stars, orbit the core of your consciousness, guided by invisible forces, moving through arcs of imagination, and forming patterns that are at once predictable and surprising. Each rotation brings new perspectives, new insights, new connections, and your mind learns to navigate the complexity of both internal and external reality. Have you ever felt the pull of your own subconscious, the sense that even in sleep there is direction, guidance, and intention? Your mind is not adrift, but anchored, and your dreams are not random, but part of an intricate dance, each thought orbiting the core, each memory contributing to understanding, each emotion shaping experience. The gravity of dreams ensures coherence, provides structure, and allows exploration to occur safely. Picture drifting past a cluster of stars, each moving according to gravitational forces, yet collectively forming patterns of breathtaking beauty. And within your mind, sleep operates in a similar way. Thoughts and memories may seem scattered individually, yet together they form constellations of insight. Connections appear where none were visible before. Dreams illuminate the path to understanding, and the subconscious shapes the seemingly chaotic into coherent harmony. Did you know that gravity influences the very formation of the universe, guiding the expansion of galaxies, the birth of stars, and even the alignment of cosmic structures? Sleep, similarly, influences the formation of mental and emotional structures, anchoring experiences, aligning thoughts, integrating memories, and shaping the architecture of your consciousness. The pull is subtle, gentle, and perfectly attuned to the rhythms of your mind. Imagine now drifting into the quiet heart of a galaxy, where gravity is strongest, yet life and motion continue to flourish. Stars orbit gracefully, nebulae glow softly, and time seems to stretch in hypnotic rhythm. Your mind, during deep sleep, experiences a similar center, a point where memory, thought, and imagination converge, where insight can emerge, and understanding crystallizes, every dream orbiting this core, every emotion contributing to the equilibrium, and you drift, fully relaxed, fully aligned. Have you noticed how waking after a deep, restful sleep can bring a sense of clarity, the resolution of mental tension, and the sudden emergence of insight? This is the gravitational architecture of sleep at work, holding your mind together while allowing motion, structure, and creativity to flourish. Every night, the process repeats, anchoring thought, guiding imagination, and shaping the reality of both mind and life. Picture yourself now floating through the galaxy, weightless, suspended among stars orbiting the invisible core, breathing in the subtle rhythm, feeling the gravitational pull, and noticing how each orbit, each rotation, each spiral contributes to a sense of balance, calm, and understanding. The gravity of your mind works in perfect harmony with the rhythms of sleep, guiding, shaping, and illuminating your consciousness. And as you drift further, you sense the depth and mystery of this process. Profound, hypnotic, and infinitely expansive. Soon, your awareness will merge completely with the gravitational currents, your mind weightless yet anchored, thoughts and memories orbiting coherently, dreams forming constellations of insight and consciousness held safely within the gentle pull, until morning arrives, when you awaken, expanded, illuminated, and carrying the subtle architecture of your dreams into the reality of your waking life.